When it comes to smartphones, Samsung makes some of the best on the market. When you look at mid-range devices, however, it gets a lot more competitive. There are a ton of good devices at really great price points. The Samsung Galaxy A8 and A8 Plus are sleek, good-looking, nice specs. They have a dual front-facing camera that we absolutely love, but are they worth the hefty price tag? Let's find out. The A8 and the A8 Plus are pretty much rocking the same specifications. The biggest difference is the size. And, well, the size of the battery. The A8 Plus is the larger of the two at 6 inches. Both have FHD Plus displays, 18:9 screen ratio, and they're both Infinity, which isn't quite the same Infinity display that we have on the high-end phones, as the bezel isn't quite as tight and it's not curved, which we think is a huge plus for increasing durability. We love the brightness and the premium looks of the AMOLED display, and in hand, the A8 feels a little bit easier to wield if you try to use your phone with one hand. The fingerprint sensor is also a little bit easier to reach if your digits aren't the longest. We like the IP68 waterproof rating. The fingerprint sensor is fast and reliable. The speaker placement is a bit strange just north of the power button, but when you're gaming or listening to music videos, it makes sense since you're not covering it up when it's on the bottom. It's got a headphone jack, dual SIM or microSD card slot for expansion, good fast performance, and when it comes to daily usability, we've got no complaints. The selling feature of this phone has to be the dual front-facing selfie camera. We love the live focus, the skin detail, and the beauty mode. The rear camera is good in good lighting. The dynamic range is decent, the highlights can feel a little high, but overall we think it's a solid shooter. When the sun goes down, that's when things start to come apart. There's no OIS, and we notice that the focus is a little bit jumpy. We're also skeptical of the wide-angle selfie. It's nearly impossible to use. Other things we're not keen on in the 2018 A8 series of phones is the lack of wireless charging, and that it doesn't have the latest version of Android yet. There's also no 4K video, which other smartphones in the same price range have. Now, pricing is where we actually have an issue. It's got the same price tag as the OnePlus 5T, whose claim to fame is that it's a flagship killer. If you see it drop in price, it could be a phone worth looking at. But until then, it's just a little on the expensive side. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'm your host, Nicole Scott for Mobile Geeks.